What's up everyone? I'm a qualified zoologist and I'm gonna be reacting to funny, crazy Instagram reels of animals, but I'm gonna give you a bit of insight from me. Somebody who's specialized in this area of the world, in the animal kingdom. So let's just see what we got. So Instagram reels, it's a place where just crazy stuff can happen. So let's get into it. Yep, so straight away, that is just regular human being, Homo sapien, right? And it just looks like he's crying. This could be for any amount of reasons, especially when human beings are younger, they tend to be more emotional. So this could be eliciting a fear response, stress. It could be a number of things. As we saw, that was the culprit right there. Let's see if we can get this cheeky guy again. Classic canine behavior. So canine, for the layman's, is dog. Dog. Man's best friend. Right? But in this case, not so friendly. This is what looks to be a golden retriever, and typically they would retrieve gold back in the day, but now they just tend to retrieve whatever they can get. So it appears this dog has retrieved maybe a lollipop stick or a cigarette from the child, and the child is not eliciting a scared response, but rather a sad response because it's missing an item that it previously had. So as you can see, there's the stick or cigarette or whatever. But dogs are pretty smart in that they can actually show an emotional response like guilt. So this dog looks pretty guilty. Next video.
Mr. Jingles, look, is being called in again with his fire engine this time.
So straight off the bat, these look like mice. Mice. Different from rats. These mice are showing what's called selflessness. So as you can see, the little mouse, although the fire is not real up at the top, it appears to be trying to help the other mouse because it's stuck on a high object, right? There appears to be a fire behind it. So this mouse is coming up with a hose to hopefully spray the fire, with a ladder to help the other mouse get back down. So these could be partner mice, so lovers, or they could be just friends. But yeah.
On fire. Good job, Mr. Jingles. Let me help you.
And at the end, it appears that somebody comes in to actually help. So that's very nice. This looks like a big rat. Different from the mice we saw in the previous video. This is actually a rat. It's quite a lot bigger. Rats, believe it or not, like to play. So that's what's going on in this video. He's in the rain, he can hear the music, feel the rain on your skin. But for this rat, it will be the fur to first of all, and then the skin. There you go. So like all animals, we love to jiggle, we like to dance. Classic mammal behavior. Here we go, another mouse.
Jingles again today. He's out on I think it's a blueberry bush. I'm not too sure.
Okay, so this is interesting because this appears to be the selfless mouse from an earlier video. So this is Mr. Jingles, I think his name is. So now he's getting berries, rightfully so. So I think that's actually because he saved another mouse. So he's being rewarded with some berries, which is quite nice.
It looks like a robot the way it was.
This is a mole. They are blind. So I think that's where the confusion is coming for the mole. Yeah. Okay, so that was a bird trying to eat a seed. But this is actually an amazing drawing of a seed. So I can see where the confusion would be for a bird. Yes, so that appears to be like some type of bird. Birds are actually the remaining dinosaurs that survived eating only seeds. So see the other big reptilian looking dinosaurs, right? When the asteroids hit, they all died because of the asteroids. All that survived were these little bird dinosaurs and mammals that could feed off the seeds that were left over by the dead trees. So that's why we have birds now instead of the reptilian dinosaurs. So yeah.
Dirt here, he's digging around. It's actually a
This is
little
another mole.
mole. And now he's trying to dig to my hands. There's a lot of force in those.
Yeah, so there's no way to tell if this was a defensive mechanism or if the mole was actually trying to dig down into the ground. Oh, skateboarding content. This is just a normal person and we might need to put... Yeah, that will be a blue bottle fly. Flies actually like the look of camera lenses because it reminds them of the moon. This looks like a frog connected to a bird for some reason. Maybe... Oh, amphibians like frogs and birds like this orange beaked bird tend to have overlapping niches in terms of what food they eat. So these guys will both eat worms, and it's likely that this bird was the early bird that gets the worm. So following the early bird is the early frog, right? So the early bird gets the worm, and the early frog looks like he was not quite as early, and he's trying to reap the benefits of following the early bird. So by getting the worm out of his beak. So I think it's a kingfisher. So these look like gibbons, and ever since the parkour craze, primates like gibbons and other monkey things have all seen people in zoos committing acts of parkour and have actually learnt themselves how to do it. So that's what's going on here. Wow, amazing. So there's a lot going on here. So this looks like a lot of invertebrate action, just like crazy invertebrate action, and that fish. I don't know what that is. These are some snails eating tomatoes. What the hell? That's a giraffe eating a watermelon. I don't know how he's gonna get it through there. So this looks like a snail who's learned to adapt to getting some more speed. So traditionally snails are quite slow, but this one looks like it has learned to do surfing. I don't know if this has been from watching people do it or if it's just figured it out evolutionarily, but yeah, that looks like what that is. This looks like a tortoise and that looks like a katydid. Oh, and I think the tortoise thought that was a... Oh dear. That's a classic example of the circle of life, right? The predator gets the prey, and then something else gets the predator. This looks like a mallard, typical normal duck. But it's actually mallards that look the most interesting because of their bright coloration and the plumage. And I think this video is just highlighting how even the mundane things in life can be exciting if you just pay attention to them properly. I like it. Sometimes things can be difficult even for an alligator, which is what this looks like. Especially if you're an albino alligator, because no one looks like you, and you end up looking like this, and you can't go out in the sun as much. So that might be why this alligator is listening to Radiohead. That's a shame. So this looks like a cobra, and this looks like a snake charmer of sorts. So this is kind of weird, but this looks like a mutualistic relationship between a snake charmer and a snake who has maybe gone past the initial flute blowing stage, and they seem to have a more intimate relationship. So this guy is clearly looking at his friend snake with some love in his eyes. And the snake, I can't tell if is enjoying it, but yeah. That was all the Instagram reels. Let me know what I should react to next, and here's just a bonus clip that I found that I think you'll enjoy. So this is Marmot can be cleaned with a paint roller by Exotic Black TV, and it looks like it's just being painted with a cleaned with a paint roller. So that's it, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and what I should react to next. Peace.
I'm gonna achieve my dreams,
And I'ma be here right beside him, yo.
we are rap machines.
I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence.